Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? This is your boy Jay Barry here to talk about some Google Stadium. Google Stadia. Oh, let me turn this thing off. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Background, my bad, I had that thing on. It's a little cold in here. I have my little portable heater. I mean, sometimes you gotta turn that portable heater on, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we out here talking about Google Stadia. Watch the press conference. I thought it was good. I thought the press conference was cool. I thought the press conference was informative outside of a huge detail with Google Stadia. You can definitely tell that this was like the first major pitch that they were trying to sell people on this service here, especially the developer side of things, right? So after this, I give Google Stadia about a year for it to really fully develop out here in these gaming streets. But we're gonna be talking about some Google Stadia. We're gonna be breaking it down as far as what they said in the press conference, the shots that was taken. We're gonna also talk about things like how PS Now can improve out here when it comes to Google Stadia, because there's some things that Google Stadia did that PS Now definitely now with that competition out there like that and how they're so aggressive with it, PS Now definitely have to step it up a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, they was definitely taking some shots out here in these cloud gaming streets, man. So we're going to talk about it, man. I'm going to give my opinions and thoughts. I'm going to give my opinions as far as the future of gaming with this as well. I am going to, let's talk about a few things. I see a lot of fear going on with the gaming community. There's going to be a lot of agenda-based videos coming out here because there's a lot of, old school gamers that don't want something like this to progress. They don't want something like this to happen because it would change gaming forever. I'm inclined to, form myself in that position as well. But I'm also like accepting of cloud gaming more for like an option based thing. But you're gonna have those people that's gonna be very aggressive as far as telling you, the gamer, that this is bad or you shouldn't want this, or something like this that Google just laid out, let you know how the services ran, what type of technology is behind it, the devs that's supporting it. And there's going to be people out here that's going to tell you this presentation sucked. They're going to be telling you this presentation sucked. And they haven't used one, cloud streaming gaming service yet. And I'm here to tell you guys that is all gaming politics. Do you understand what I'm saying to you guys? That is all gaming politics. One of these days I'm going to break it down and give you guys like perfect examples of the straight gaming politics and what to watch out for, because there's a lot of things y'all watching out here, man. I'm like, yo, y'all be linking me videos to this, like, yo, look what my man said here. I'm like, look, yo, you know what I mean? I'm the type of person, I ain't trying to hate on nobody. Go ahead and get your bread. But you guys got to have a little bit more discernment out here on YouTube. Like, it's clear as day too, man. It's clear as day on people's politics and gaming. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're gonna talk about some Google Stadium. Yo, who the hell created this name? First of all, let's talk about the name first of all. All right, Google Stadia. Let me sip this Powerade real quick. In HD clarity. Google Stadia Who the hell created this name? Yo, people like Google Chrome. You know what I mean? That sounds cool. Google Wallet. Is it Google Wallet? Google Photo. Yo, matter of fact, Google has some issues naming their stuff. You know what I mean? Let's just go to a page here, right? Some Google services, Google News, Gmail sounds good. You know what I mean? That's catchy. You know, Google Plus, Google Play. Is there a Google Wallet for real? Google Hangouts, Google Docs. But here, they out here coming up with Google Stadia. Let me zoom this in for everybody can see it. You know what I mean? I want to have the clearest of things here. Google Stadia, huh? That's what we're doing now. I don't understand the background of the name. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So I'm just going based off the CNET article, because this is an article that just have all the fine details of everything that was pretty much announced, without going over anything that's super crazy. So yeah, everything that was announced, you know, Google wrapped up their stuff. So can I exit this? Cool. When you think of the way you play big name video games, you probably don't think of Microsoft Xbox. Oh yeah, you probably think of Microsoft Xbox, Sony's PlayStation, or Nintendo's Switch. If Google has its way, you'll seem to be considering its Stadia service too. Yo, by the way, this Stadia service, in my first impressions, just listening to everything, it seems very impressive. You know what I mean? Like I said, they were announcing things that I was like, yo, blown away. And you know, on a casual standpoint, right? The first thing that, you know, that was going to blow somebody's mind is when they start bringing up 4K, I think 60 frames per second type gaming. And then they start about 8K, right? Right now, you know, 4K, as much of a buzzword it isn't as popular as everybody will want it to seem, right? But it's still a great thing to have. And they are streaming 4K 60 frames per second on their end to whatever device. With Stadia services, off the rip, that's just impressive, right? Because with PS Now, currently PS Now, the max you can do in PS Now is 1080p 60 frames per second. Sometimes even if the game ain't even 60 frames per second, it will stream in 60 frames per second. I know a lot of people don't like to tell you things like that when it comes to PS Now, but that's just the bottom. That's just the bottom line. That's the fact that you know, PS Now, you can stream 1080p 60 frames per second. But when Google announced this, what they can stream, and then they put up that teraflops. Yo, when they put up that teraflops, yo, do they have the teraflop picture? Hey, yo, listen. We're gonna work. We're gonna work it. We're gonna work. You know, frame by frame. But when they put up that teraflop, then they had the PS4 Pro to the left and the and the Xbox One X to the right. PS4 Pro, they had it, you know, the 4.2 teraflops, and then Xbox One X, they had it as a 6 teraflop. And I think Google's Stadia, on their end of the bargain, you know, that's what we're pretty much gonna call it, the end of the bargain, right? Because it's a bargain that they gotta sell to you for you to, you know, initiate within their service. So on their end of the bargain, they're saying like, yo, we can deliver 10, I think it was like 10.8 or 10.7 teraflops. And then my man was like, yo, that's more than you know, both of these home consoles, these last gen consoles that they could provide. I was like, yo, a lot of people that's watching this, you know, as far as gamers that's watching this conference, that is what they're going to take away from this conference. They took a shot at the PlayStation, they took a shot at the Xbox, Hell no, yo, we might even see Xbox gamers and PlayStation gamers uniting, guys. We might even see Xbox gamers and PlayStation gamers uniting. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy, man. So yeah, Google isn't the only company doing this. Sony offered its PlayStation Now game service, game streaming service since 2014. Yes, thank you CNET for acknowledging that. The chip maker Nvidia offers one called GeForce Now. GeForce Now, oh, that is one I gotta use. I gotta use GeForce Now. Microsoft is also readying an Xbox related game streaming service called Project Xbox, expected in the next couple of years. Well, they're launching their beta for that this year. They didn't give a time, you know, like a time like window as far as when, but they did say it's coming 2019, and they're gonna start testing in 2019 beta wise. So I'm guessing if you like an inside Xbox or anything like that, like Xbox Insider, you will probably get like a beta for it. It uses the cloud. All right. So the service relies on Google massive global network of computers and servers that deliver YouTube, Google Maps, Gmail to you already. Google said it's developed specialized graphics and computer chips to make the system work particularly well for gaming. And that's pretty important, because now when we look at it as far as like trustworthy services, I'm inclined to say Google is very trustworthy when it comes to their service. I know a lot of people have issues with Google. Everybody's going to have an issue with something. But when it comes to like Gmail, Google Maps, you know, my YouTube experiences as far as the service working, not the policies, the service itself working. You know, they've been on point with it. And there's other things as well that Google uses, like the Google Photos. You know, that's pretty seamless. You know, the Google Drive, I still got stuff on that. I use Google Docs a lot as well, especially like for fighting games. I use Google Docs a lot. You guys can see here, if I go to Docs, like I use Google Docs a lot. You see, this all my Tekken 7 Julia Chang stuff here. You know, there's gonna be a lot of crazy words. Some of her frame data, some of this stuff I got to update here, but you know, it is what it is. But that's to give you guys a little zoom in on here on this. You know, I use Google what you call it, Docs a lot. Also here, Google Sheets, I use this for like for other stuff too. So this is my Leo one. This is my Leo sheet right here, Tekken 7. And I mean, the last time I updated this, I think it was like probably like February, because I was using the character. Also, if you guys are playing, all the new people to Final Fantasy 12, this is my Final Fantasy 12 sheet. You know what I mean? As far as every character and every job class, you pretty much can get an idea of everything. You know what I mean? That I pretty much was hooking up. But when it comes to like you know, like RPGs, I'm very nerdy, right? So like I said, back in the day, you know, the young Jay Barry, you know, I used to create like my own little strategy like guide stuff. Like I used to write down notes, and I used to deliver and print out like strategy guides to friends and shit. So this is a little form of this. If you guys play Final Fantasy 12 before, you'll kind of get an understanding on what is everything here. This is all of the summons, basically. They call what they call Vespers in here, Espers in here. You know, the magic that you guys gonna learn by picking some of the you know, the Espers. Yeah, you know, I mean, that's I use it. You know what I mean? It's pretty reliable. You know. So yeah, when they were saying this, I was like, you know, Google, as far as my experiences, you know, you have my trust there. And if they saying that they're gonna be using, 1 second, as I gather my stuff here. Where the hell my mouse went? There you go. I was like, yo, where the hell my mouse went? You know what I mean? They said that they're gonna be right here. Google said it's developed special graphics and computer chips to make its system work particularly well for gaming. I trust them on that. I trust them on that. As far as this conference, I didn't really watch the full conference. Yo, what's good? What is good? Who's that? I can't see your name there. Oh, it's just X. Your name is just X. Yo, what's good, man? What is good? What is he saying here? So they saying that 1K players and battle royale is possible. Yeah, they saying that kind of stuff right there. You know what was in the back of my mind listening to this though? As much as I trust Google, in the back of my mind listening to this, I was saying, yo, some of the stuff that they're saying and they was talking about, yo, Crackdown 3 also made them damn promises, and look how that game turned out. So I was like, yo, do I really trust this shit? Is it this impressive? You know what I mean? If we gonna get like Crackdown 3 again, you know. So yeah, the rumored controller. So the controller actually was real. Wasn't this like the controller here? The controller looks like it looks like a Wii. It's not a Wii, but a Switch Pro controller as far as the handles. It got an Xbox like, you know, wideness to it. It got the PlayStation parallel analog sticks, as all analog sticks should be. And it looks like it has like a Xbox kind of D-pad. The shoulder buttons, I didn't really get a good look at the shoulder buttons, but hey, it is what it is. Yo, Trey BK, what's good, man? What is good, guys? What is good? I was wondering what your internet has to be. Yo, your internet probably gonna have to be crazy, because a lot of the stuff that they're speaking about is pretty much based off of Google Fiber, like a gigabit connection, right? So they wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like in the real world, when it comes to like cloud streaming, you know, of games, you gotta get real world examples, like real world testing. When you go to these conferences and GDC and all that stuff, that's all fine and dandy because it's built around for it to have a good performance and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You don't know what the internet is they're using over there to do it, but you have to get a real world, you know, user to really test some of this stuff out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what you don't want to get. You don't want to get too tied up into some of this stuff that Google is showing here, because they're basing everything off a gigabit internet. I mean, but yo, Cyber Dragon, what is good, man? I don't know why it's coming out as double with the Google with the chat, but it is what it is. All right, so the controller, in my opinion, the controller looks all right. You know, you gotta look at the build quality, you gotta look at, you know, the shoulder buttons, but just from a first glance of things here, it looks straight. It got a lot of buttons here as far as like option buttons and select and all that stuff, and menus, and then you got a home button here. But you know, it looks all right. Looks like a typical, you know, Switch Pro controller. Stadia streams at high quality. So this is the mind-blowing stuff right here, right? This is the mind-blowing stuff. Google said its services currently stream videos at 1080p 60 frames per second. So currently it is doing the same as like PS Now, and I'm guessing it's doing the same as like xCloud, because xCloud, I think, you know, have that same promise as well, right? But launch later this year, Google said it should be capable of 4K video at 60 frames per second. In the future, it will be able to output 8K video at 60 frames per second. This part right here ignore this part for us. We got to ignore this part for a little bit. You know what I mean? Where this is where Google's getting ahead of themselves a little bit, because there's nobody out here in America got streams capable of doing this outside of your own people, Google. You know what I mean? ain't nobody got time to be streaming no 8K video at 120 frames per second. You know what type of router you would need? You know what type of internet speed you would need? You imagine us thinking about the streaming 4K 60 frames per second. You know, in a movie like on Netflix, we're streaming like 4K 24 frames per second. You know what I mean? For a standard movie. This is a video game we're talking about here. 4K 60 frames per second, a video game. Look at the hardware that you need to buy to stream something like that. Your internet provider, you know what I mean? It's pretty much going to be like your hardware, right? Think of your internet provider as like your hardware. Yo, Saint Dragon, what's good? Yo, Trigger Man, what is good? Yo, Quavo, what's good, man? Nah, that cheat button makes the controller trash. Can't brag about beating any games with that controller. Oh, what's the control? Oh yeah, I heard people talking about that, where they have like an assist button or something like that. I mean, PlayStation has that, where you can do share play, and if you're stuck at a level in a game, you know, you can get into a party with someone, and you can basically just, you know, share your game where that person can play it and you know, beat that difficult part for you and all that. All right, let me see what the chat is saying here. Yo, Cyber Dragon, what's good? If I didn't say what's up, my bad, but what's good? Yeah, I imagine a 5+ upload speed, which is hard to get on internet service. 5+ what? 5 upload speed is pretty low. Like my uploads, I get like 50. I get 30 to like 50 on average upload speed, and that's compared to some other people, that's low, you know, to a lot of other people. Digital Foundry did a test with a 15 megabit connection, and Stadia dropped to 720p and the latency increased. Yeah, they definitely gonna have to crank out some of those bugs there. I mean, it's not out yet, but like I said, real world test, that's where you got to do these things here. Low key, this is probably why Sony backed out of E3. Xbox E3 already talking about streaming after this with a console. Yeah, you never know, might be. Your share play is cool, and also the fact that you can have someone play and pull up tutorials on the side is good. Yeah, like what's the recommended? Google recommend 25 down. So yeah, so they recommend 25 down. I pretty much will recommend 25 down. No, like PS Now, they basically have for PS Now saying 5 megabits per second down, but I will recommend having at least 25 megabits. That's my personal recommendation, where if you do want to stream like 1080p 60 frames per second, you will need at least that amount. But you know, that's like the bare minimum, right? You still gonna need, I still think you need higher speeds to get consistency to stream like something like 1080p 60 frames per second, but that's the bare minimum. Yo, the big homie E, man, what is good? Yeah, he said it's a day one for me. Yo, I'm definitely gonna be checking it out, man, for real. I'm interested in it. It's just Google's gaming platform is all streaming. That's the only worry I have here, because you know, I'm not gonna say I have like an agenda or anything. I do want to see stuff like this, like, you know, flourish, but I don't want to see everybody following this format of having everything you know, done in the cloud. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just got my internet upgraded just today. The cable guy just left just today, right? So I have like 400 megabits per second down, you know what I mean, with my service. And even I wouldn't be doing you know, something that's all streaming, you know what I mean? Because yeah, you are going to feel that latency sometimes. There are going to be those dips. Just today I was just doing Infamous, and the controller lost a little wackiness, you know what I mean, where the camera was just looking all the way up. Yeah, it happened for like 2 seconds, but you know, you're going to notice things like that sometimes when you you know, when you're just streaming. Imagine that all your video games is just based on streaming. You know what I mean? Like, one thing I was looking for as well with this is like any exclusives, right? Because to really grab people's attention with what you're doing, you're going to grab some of the other people. You're going to grab some people with it. Don't get it twisted. But if you really, really want to grab, you know, some people, you're going to have to get some exclusive that, yo, this is exclusive to this service. But it's kind of like a double-edged sword there, because it's going against what they was what they was kind of conveying here, where they want to have all games as game, you know, gamers game anywhere with the Chrome browser. So we'll definitely see here. We'll definitely see here. So yeah, they have some partners. Companies working with Ubisoft, makers of popular Assassin's Creed game. We saw that with the demo or the little beta that they had. id Software came out with Doom. Yo, Doom and id Software does some horse. Right? Everywhere you go, Doom is just like, yo, can we be on your platform? Can we be on your platform? Yo, mobile, can we be on your platform? You know what I mean? Doom is just want to be everywhere. Huh? id Software. Have a little dignity. All right? Have a little dignity. You just pulling up your skirt. Every person that comes by you that has a platform. Have a little dignity. Sometimes you gotta pull down your skirt like, hey, take me to lunch first. Take me to dinner first. They just like, here, have it. By the way, that's a joke, guys. Somebody was like, yo, this guy out here talking. That's a joke. So I think so they're gonna have a game making studio. So the company also said it's starting a game making studio, much like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo have done. The company didn't show off any of the games it has planned, but it's recruited industry veterans such as former Electronics Arts and Ubisoft executive Jay Raymond. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the money, it's about the money. Yo, Google got it, you know what I mean, and they're gonna flaunt it here. So, you know, I can expect them to make, like, you know, AAA, you know, games from the in-game studios, but I would like for you to at least show something of it, right? You have this conference here. You're trying to, you know, jazz everybody up with, you know, 4K 60 frames per second. Then you talking about 8K 120 frames per second. I don't see this being done anytime in the future. This right here, I don't see this being done anytime in the future. You know, you're giving this like another 5 years for streaming would touch something like this. Probably even 6 or 7, right? I definitely see 4K, but not this year. I don't see no 4K 60 frames per second video game streaming, right? I don't see that right now, streaming that. But you're saying all of these buzzwords, you're giving everybody all of this, you know, appetizers, but the meat and the potatoes, we want what exclusives you got. You know, as gamers we're looking at, yo, this service is looking legit, but do you have any exclusive games that will time you over here? And they ain't shown none of it. You know, they just mentioned it. Yo, Cameron Kingdom, what's good, man? The next fail of the gaming industry. Yo, Cameron, he ain't having none of it. Yo, Cameron said, listen, bro, I don't want none of this. You know what I mean? I do understand people that is a little bit more, you know, hesitant when it comes to something like this, but I'm for the streaming stuff, right? I am definitely for the streaming stuff, but in discretion, right? I don't want it all over gaming where this is our main, you know, course of playing games. I'm all for it in discretion, like, yo, as an option. You know what I mean? Let me turn this HDR back on. I had that turned off because the streaming PS4 game, when you stream in PS Now, a lot of the games is not in like HDR, so it was messing up with the blacks where it was looking a little pixelated. But then you just turned the HDR off in the monitor and everything was looking all right. Yo, Vic, what's good, my man? My man Vic in the building. Yo, Vic, how you feeling about Stadia, man? How you feeling about Stadia? But yo, this is something right here. I felt like it would have got a lot more people interested here if you'd have had something shown here, right? If you'd have had something shown here, you'd have definitely got a little bit more people, you know, moving or a little bit more inclined to be like, yo, let me check this thing out. You know what I mean? But gamers is like the people in like iRobot right now, right? You know, when the robots was acting crazy and everybody was like revolting, that's gamers right now. The people revolting like, hell no, you ain't gonna tell us what to do, robot. We play you, you don't play us. Hey yo, Caleb said poopy. I feel you. I feel you. Tell Google to bring Google Fiber, then we can talk. Yeah, they got to. You know what I mean? Bring that Google Fiber over here to the Bronx. You know what I mean? So I can get that gigabit speed, and then we'll see what's good. We'll see what's good. Also, you know what's a key thing? They brought up something that Microsoft, like this whole presentation, it reminded me of what Microsoft was talking in 2013. Oh, developers can get access to our servers, dedicated servers, so they can have a better, you know, gaming multiplayer experience for gamers. And ain't nobody was using them shits. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody was using, not even Microsoft was using them joints. Y'all was still on that peer-to-peer. You know what I mean? Not even Microsoft was using them joints, right? So when I look at Google and talking about, yo, devs can use their servers for multiplayer games and all that, so I'm looking like, yo, Microsoft. I think Microsoft put a bad stain in people's mind when it comes to everything this conference was delivering. I blame Microsoft. Yo, Vic said it looks promising. The features are dope. The controls look comfortable. Yeah, the controls look comfortable. Like I said, it looks like a Nintendo Switch Pro controller with a PlayStation, you know, button layout and a Xbox kind of like body as far as, you know, the width of everything. But it looked cool. Yo, Stadia killed xCloud. Stadia killed PS Now for right now. For what it's delivering, as far as the tech side of things, it is killing both services. Where is it about the whole? Oh yeah, the YouTube, you can stream. All right, so this is important. I know we skipped this part, but I want to talk about this a little bit later. Let's talk about this part right here, right? The whole Stadia design with YouTube in mind, right? We're going to talk about that right now. So Google showed off how Stadia can stream video to spectators and also offer them a way to join in. One example Google described was a play button on a YouTube video that brings you straight into the game on Stadia. Example was allowing gamers watching someone play a basketball game, for example, click a link to join, right? Google also says Stadia will have a state share feature where people can share a link that allows someone to start playing exactly at the same spot in the game that they are, right? Yo, El Matador, what's good? EJ, what's good, man? xCloud also is a dumb name. Yo, Atari, what's Cameron talking about? Atari on the NVIDIA Shield. I remember seeing that. Let's see, yes, the NVIDIA Shield. Yeah, I remember that as well. But yeah, so this whole area right here was pretty much just describing SharePlay, right? This was describing SharePlay. I see a lot of people on Twitter, you know, was pretty impressed by this, right? But it was basically like a more advanced SharePlay, right? Because in the live stream, they was talking about that up to four people can join in and stuff like that. That is a little bit more advanced than SharePlay, because SharePlay is just you in a party chat and one person in the party chat can join in on your game by watching it, or either joining in on one game by playing, like, you know, giving passing over the controller to someone else. Yo, John, what's good, man? What is good? So this right here was just describing SharePlay to me, but they call it state share. Yo, Google their damn names, man. Yo, Dark Side Habit, what's good, man? What is good? Google on their damn names. But this is a cool feature to have here. And they were talking about how, you know, how couch co-op was kind of gone out the game. You know, split screen was kind of gone out of the game. Share play on a console side of things pretty much like negated that feeling that you don't have couch co-op anymore, because if a game, let's say a game didn't have like multiplayer, but it has like local co-op in the game, right? Like, you know, local couch co-op in the game, but it doesn't have like online multiplayer. Share play can mitigate that issue, that if you want to play that game online with somebody. But that's what pretty much share play is. It's pretty much passing, or, you know, sharing the game with somebody so that you can come in and join like they was there at your couch. So they pretty much are describing share play here with this, but this was just more merged into YouTube, which is cool because YouTube is way more popular than something than, you know, live or PlayStation, right? Or that's a simple PlayStation chat. So if you are basically just like if you are basically someone just like is live streaming and your stream wants to join in or whatever, then what you're playing, or just look at what you're playing, they can just click that link and boom, right there. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Where in share play is like, yo, you gotta kind of like initiate it, and somebody gotta accept, oh yeah, I could watch your game. But you also have stuff like, you know, you can just share to everybody that, yo, you're streaming. But, you know, like I said, YouTube's just a much bigger platform. Stadia share button on crack. Yo, did it have anything as far as like taking screenshots or clipping video? I didn't really see the controller. See something here. Look at this button here. All right. So it looked like they got something here as far as a screen capture here. I don't know what this button does. This is probably menus here, and this is probably like another menu button. As far as like the buttons, it looked cheap. The button layout looked cheap. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. Let's see how it looks in the hand. Yeah, it looks like a Switch. It looks like a Switch Pro controller, man. It looks like a Switch Pro controller. Hey, yo, is this real? Is this real? This is the contra code here. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start. Is this real that they have this on here? On a controller? There's no way, right? Yo, but all these pictures is happening on here. We all know the best controller out. Bada bing, bada boom. Right? But yo, is that real? Somebody can confirm that? I'll stick to my Scuff controller. Yo, I'm going to be talking about Scuff very, very soon. But I'm just waiting for the Astro C40 to get here. This controller right here is garbage. But yeah, Google controller looking, it look like it's comfortable. Just looking at this picture here, it looks like it's comfortable. The shoulders look a little weird. You know what I mean? It looks a little weird. I'm looking at I might got my PS4 controller in my hand. And the shoulder button look a little weird to me. But you know what they're not showing? They're not showing the trigger. They're not showing any of the triggers. I don't know why. Yo, 100% streaming, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, nobody want to have that. Yo, Google never explained how stupids it's set to that Google stick on their TV. What's stupids? What's that? I gotta let me know the lingo, man. I'm a little old school out here. Let me know the lingo. But yeah, man, this is it's pretty cool. Is there a video on this? Is this the video on this? Doom. I tell you, man, Doom, they need to stop lifting up their skirts at every freaking Oh, this is a controller reveal. Let's see this here. Let's look at this here.
Welcoming any and all players is fundamental to Stadia, where you can try
Look at this trader
on devices you already own.
Look at this trader.
And as such, we're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller or mouse and keyboard when playing Stadia on a laptop or...
Oh, so they basically saying that you can use your Xbox controller or your DualShock controller. They're not trying to tear you away from that.
PC. By eliminating that friction, that barrier to entry, we will make it simple and easy for players who want to try Stadia for the first time.
All right, so here we got a TV. We got a TV here. We got a laptop here. We got a tablet here. We got a cell phone. This cell phone ain't no iPhone. All right. This ain't no iPhone. I don't see the notch. All right. I don't see the notch. I don't think this is an iPad. You know what I mean? That's what I look for when I see these devices, right? When it comes to the mobile platforms, I'm looking for an iPhone looking device. This is Android. Google, you are biased. You don't have your stuff on iTunes, I mean on the Apple Store.
But of course, we will have our own controller.
Yo, look at this nerd. Look at this nerd right here. Look at this gaming nerd right here. This guy right here, he's a gaming nerd. He's that dude that when you play Anthem, he's rushing to the next mission. This dude right here. Look at you, nerd. Yo, by the way, they are sitting on some wonderful couches. Yo, PlayStation, what's it called? PlayStation Experience, they ain't have couches like this. They had that on the stage. They ain't have it in the audience. All right, yo, Vic, I'm gonna need you to go talk to my man Sean Layden and tell him we need some couches for the next PlayStation. This is another gaming nerd right here. This is another gaming nerd that when you're playing Anthem, he's rushing to the next mission where you're getting tethered. You know what I mean? And then you're in another load screen because you just want to sit back and fight some enemies and explore a little bit. Moving along.
That has been uniquely designed to enhance the experience.
Oh, caught another one. Caught another one right here in this corner. Look, oh, look at this nerd. Was this the same gaming nerd? No, he was right here. He was around here. The gaming nerd. Oh, there he is right here. There he is. This is another one. Yo, the gaming nerds are popping their heads out, man. And I caught this guy right here, gaming nerd, taking a quick little pic. Yo, you ain't got no camera like that. This is a camera. This is what you're gonna see putting up on a website. This guy is taking pictures on the cell phone. These are nerds. You know what I mean? And they're gonna try to upload it to their website.
I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the Google.
All right, let's see this controller.
Stadia controller.
Oh, yo, the triggers is just like the DualShock. Yo, they pretty much got the DualShock triggers. Yo, John, it's gaming nerds out here, man. These gaming nerds, man. These guys are the super nerds. That every little conversation, this is a gaming nerd. Every little conversation that you talk about, they apply to video games. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, it was a crazy thunderstorm yesterday, wasn't it? He's like, yeah, not as crazy as that thunderstorm that you're gonna get in God of War 2. You know? Yo, that's a gaming nerd. You be talking about thunderstorms and be like, yo, not as crazy as that thunderstorm in God of War 2. That's a real thunderstorm. You know when you was walking in Athena, on the boat, that's a real thunderstorm when Thor was getting a little mad. Can't compare thunderstorms. You ain't talking about God of War thunderstorms. That's a gaming nerd right there. So these people, right? Look at this dude. He's blocking the vision of somebody behind him, but he don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He got to take his picture with his cell phone. You know what I mean, for a camera. For the controller. And he's not even zooming in. He's not even zooming in. He's just taking it in a wide angle. Just taking a picture. Gaming nerd. See, these guys right here are professionals. Right? These guys are professionals. But you nerd. Nerd. I think I called you out too. Moving on. Yo, so we finally got a look at We finally got to look at the grips. I mean the what you call it, the trigger. And yo, look, they got it. They got it like PlayStation. L1, L2, R1, R2. They got it just like PlayStation. It's not bumper. Look at this trader. Phil Spencer should be ashamed of you.
This is your gateway to the best of Stadia. It enables you to access the full...
Well, off the rip, it looks like the analog stick is pretty cool because it looks like you got that rubberized material, which is going to last longer, which is good.
Stadia experience. There are many advantages to
All right, what buttons? What do buttons do?
First, that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google data center.
Hold up. So this joint is connecting Wi-Fi? Yo, all right, I get it. I get it, right? I'm not really having no issue with Wi-Fi like that, but imagine you trying to play this game 7 o'clock at night, a Wi-Fi connected Wi-Fi with your controller, where numerous of other people's connected to their home, you know, routers and Wi-Fi. You're gonna have some type of hitches there. You know what I mean? Can you plug this joint in?
The Stadia controller identifies.
You know, a Bluetooth connection is a more personal connection, right? So you won't really have too much interferences when it comes to being at home. Obviously, when it's like these conferences and everybody's at Bluetooth and all that shit, you know, you're gonna have a little bit more, you know, turbulence there. But Wi-Fi, especially like somewhere like New York. I live in New York. Like I said earlier in the stream that I did earlier today, that, you know, if I look at my iPhone and I go to the Wi-Fi area, I can see numerous of other people home connections just there, right? But this controller is, you hook it up Wi-Fi for a streaming game. So you're streaming from Google services down to whatever PC or whatever, you know, device that they're showing off here. And then the controller is being connected to Wi-Fi as well. That is going to be interesting.
Which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud, ensuring the highest possible performance, the best experience for players.
That doesn't sound, to me personally, that doesn't sound like a pro experience, right? It's a cool experience. It's more of a casual experience, right? A casual is looking at it, yo, no wires. But nah, if you want that real hardcore experience as far as, you know, one-to-one connection, you know what I mean, you want that thing plugged in. It's like playing a fighting game on Wi-Fi, right? That's an ultimate sin to do. So, you know, I don't know how I feel about the controller that's being connected to Wi-Fi. I mean, it doesn't look like that's a port there. That just looks like it's like a beam to enable the Wi-Fi to spread out or something. I don't know.
In addition to the standard functions you'd expect to see on a modern game controller, the Stadia controller features two very important new buttons. The capture button is for sharing and saving your game
Everybody, thank you, PlayStation.
Back out to YouTube. The gamer can choose to share their experiences starting with
okay, so they have that. They have that. Okay, that's cool.
To their friends or to the world. They are in control.
I like that. I like that.
And the second one is the Google Assistant button.
Ah, that's what everybody's talking about.
Players to immediately access the controller's built-in microphone so they can get help from the assistant for special in-game features integrated.
Oh, so that's on every controller. That's crazy. Yo, so this Google Assistant is pretty much like you're connected to a tech to play the damn game?
By developers.
Yo, so this Google Assistant button is you're connected to like a tech? Like, oh ma'am, I'm having issues playing this game. I can't jump up to the second ledge. Can you help me here? I'm like, all right, I got you, gaming nerd. I don't want to look at no Doom. What else we got here? This is another Stadia stuff. Let's see. Let's play this here. Wow, what an amazing ad. How long is this? Oh, this is the whole conference here. Let's skip a little bit.
Center is your platform. There is no console that limits the developer's creative ideas, and
Let's go back a little bit here.
Will support being able to play games across desktops.
Let's let this buffer.
Laptop.
My junk acting real bonkers. All a brother want to do is skip over. I can't even watch a video properly. You know what I mean? Y'all want 100% streaming? Crazy. That shit crazy. Y'all saw that? How my junk was acting crazy?
Welcoming any to the Stadia controller. And the first, that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google Data Center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud.
Yo, what's up with this website? Want to play that shit? Yo, shit is just playing randomly. Yo, what is playing now? Yo, I'm scared. What is going on this website? Yo, what is playing?
Any and all players is fundamental to Stadia, where you can try with your friends on devices you already own. And as such, we're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller or mouse.
All right, we already watched that. Let's get to the main video here. Can we get to you?
Laptops, TV,
okay,
tablets,
that area just look like it's not working.
To go from running on our PC to running on a tablet. In this case, once again, running the OS on a Pixel slate.
No Apple devices. See, I told you, no Apple devices. Oh, it is connected. Look, it's connected right there.
And then finally, we then move seamlessly to the TV. And so this TV is accessed using this, which is a Chromecast Ultra HDMI streamer. There is no console required to reach.
Oh, so that's what you're saying. So you need like a Chromecast to get the game.
Thanks, Khaled. Great presentation.
To get like the ping, so it can ping to your TV. What the fuck is going on the screen?
Welcoming any and all players is fundamental to Stadia, where you can try with your friends on devices you already own. And as such, we're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller.
Oh my God, yo, we're stuck in the loop with a controller.
On a laptop.
All right,
by eliminating that friction, there are many advantages to the Stadia controller. And the first is that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google Data Center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and in microphone, so they can get help from the assistant for special in-game features integrated by developers.
That's hot that you got the contra code there.
Our goal with Stadia is to help fuel developer creativity at every level. And next, we'll take a look at the incredible we have custom built into our data centers that will further accelerate innovation. I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, the head of engineering.
Yo, EJ, don't be very disrespectful. You're being very disrespectful. Oh yeah, I think I walked in on this part of the stream here. All right, we're not gonna watch all this.
Let's look at the real-time computing power we have put into our data centers that will change how we view what a game platform can be.
All right, we'll watch a little bit.
In order to deliver an amazing experience for your games, we needed to bring his architecture on top of
I don't know what the hell's going on in the stream here.
The same network that has results to your fingertips in milliseconds for more than 20
Maybe I shouldn't I should just leave it like this. No, that's not helping.
Subsea cables between hundreds.
I don't know what's it called? GameSpot. I need to work on that. But anyways, I do like Stadia, I feel like it's going to be a good service. I think it's going to be a great service, actually. But I know a lot of gamers is very hesitant about stuff like this, right? When you see as this is their actual platform for gaming. It's not like they have like a real console experience. They have a streaming device that you plug into your TV, you know, a Android tablet, an Android phone, and you know, your Google Chrome browser. You know what I mean? It's no real actual hardware that's there. And yeah, that is a scary sight, because you know, somebody like Google, you know, world leading, you know, kind of company, where when they do something, there's a lot of eyes looking at it, right? And a lot of people is going to look at how this service is going to do, you know, if it's going to do good, bad, if it's going to do good, if it's going to do bad. If this service does bad, I don't think Google going to hurt from doing it, right? Look at Google Plus. Google Plus was there to compete with Facebook, and that jump bombed. Right, that jump bombed, and yo, they still have the service up there. It's still working, it's still moving, but you know, it's nothing like, you know, on Facebook level. So even like, say, you know, Google Stadia, it kind of bombed. You know, I still think they're gonna still push it out there. They're still gonna support it, and it's still gonna work. You know what I mean, and I do think it's gonna work. To be honest with you, it's gonna work. But yeah, a lot of the features, like this is the thing that I want people to recognize. A lot of things that these guys are talking about, PS Now can do. I don't think PS Now has the same quality level, obviously, of Google Stadia. If it's talking about later on this year, they're gonna be doing 4K, 60 frames per second. You're not doing that. PS Now, you only can do 1080p, 30 frames per second. At PS Now, you're streaming a lot of older games. So even if you're doing it in 1080p 60 frame, you can still see that the game graphically, it looks like an older game, right? With Stadia, you know, they're showing off like Assassin's Creed and Doom Eternal is gonna be on there and all that. So you know, you're gonna have a lot of newer games in there as well. But the thing I want to leave off here with is the pricing, right? If we look at all the streaming services that we can, you know, get our hands on right now, I don't have no experience with the video one, so I'm not going to speak on that one. But we have this you know, Google Stadia, and we have PS Now, right? As far as when it comes to concrete services that, you know, it's pretty much damn well, Google Stadia is going to be out pretty soon. As far as, I think a beta is going to be out very soon. xCloud, we got some notion of how xCloud is going to be, but we didn't get no pricing as well, or no data as far as what it's going to be out. Same thing like with Google Stadia. So we're going to talk about like analyzing the price with xCloud and analyzing the price with this one here. PS Now, if we look at PS Now, currently PS Now is $20 per month. You know what I mean? Yo, Clo Rocks, what's good, man? How do you think they will price Stadia? Will it be a subscription base? It's definitely going to be a subscription monthly based service. Definitely. You know, it would be crazy if they do have it where it's individual games as well, right? But I don't see them doing both of that, right? If they have a subscription, it's just going to be subscription. It's not going to be like, yo, you can buy this game individually and stream it. That would be crazy though, if it was like a store, like a real store, and you actually buying these games and streaming it. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of issue with that. Similar to how PS Now, when it first released, you was pretty much buying time slots for the game, right? So $30 will get you 3 months of the game, you know, or $15 will get you a month for the game. That's how PS Now was. So as far as pricing, I don't think Google will go down that line. I think they will go more subscription, because it's just more, it's just easier on the eyes, it's easier on the consumer, just having everything packaged in one. But with subscriptions, the library is going to take much slower to grow. Anything with a subscription, the library is going to take much slower to grow, because there's a lot of deals that have to be made. So people is in agreement that, yo, you can put my game on this service, and charge people $10 to $20, you know, a month. Because when it comes to subscription, it's based off the actual user base. You got to have a huge user base for people to see real money with that stuff. So pricing, PS Now currently monthly is $20 a month. Yearly is $100 for the year. Google is saying that you can stream 1080p 60 like PS Now. Later this year, you could be able to stream 4K 60. Something like that is it takes a lot of manpower. When I say manpower, I'm talking like equipment, servers, to push that out there for a video game. It's not a movie, it's a video game. Streaming 4K 60 frames per second. Like I said, the hardware that people are buying now costs thousands of dollars for them just to get 4K. Not even the 60 frames per second part. That's an extra money to even get that. You know what I mean? So the hardware that we're getting now, Google will have to have something similar to that in a data center to be able, and mind you, customize to push that out to thousands or millions of people to stream their game. So when I look at this, I'm thinking you're probably going to get something a little bit higher. If you're pushing out this type of quality, you're probably going to get something kind of higher than PS Now. I would say like $25 a month, but I don't think it's going to be that when it starts, because and you want to grab people in, you want to capture people in. So I'm thinking they're going to start at $20 a month, you know, just to start out. But as the year comes down, it's probably going to get a price increase to like $25 to $30 a month, in my opinion. And that's just based off the quality that's delivering. As far as the quantity of games that's in there, you know what I mean, that's all depends on it as well with pricing. Because, you know, if you do have like a good smorgasbord of games in there, you know, you probably get away with having a cheaper price, because people's going to look at that more of like a value, right? Like, oh wow, you know, I have access to 500 games, so that's $20 a month. I can stream 4K 60 frames per second with this game, you know. But if you don't have a lot of games in there, you know, you gotta compensate for it. So but we'll see. Google is a rich company, so you know, they might can take the loss here and probably do it for like, you know, $15. That would be crazy. But I think it's going to be like $20 a month for the first year. It's going to be like $20 a month, and then you're going to see a price hike. And honestly, if their library is like Game Pass, or if their library is similar to anything like PS Now, I don't think that's a bad price to even have it as $25, $30, because look at the quality that you're streaming it. And obviously that stuff got to get tested and stuff like that, but just on paper, just look at the quality that you're streaming on. You know what I mean? To do that monthly, that's pretty cheap. You know what I mean? Where you don't need well, you're probably going to need the hardware anyway, right? You're going to need a 4K TV to get the 4K 60 frames. You're going to need a good monitor to get, you know, the streaming that, you know, frames per second anyway. But you know, you don't need the capable like high-end PC. You just need like the monitor, the output device. You just need that to get the quality. So I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys say. Greedy capitalists. Hey yo, greedy. Everybody hating the greedy. I don't know if it's greedy. Monopolies are bad for anybody. This is definitely not no monopoly, because there's other competitors here. As you can see right here, Xbox is getting into it. PlayStation is already into it. You never know what Nintendo's going to do. So it's not a monopoly for sure. And also they have NVIDIA that is into it as well. So that's definitely not monopoly. This is just competition, you know. And competition, you know, is always good in any thing that we have here. But yeah, who's scared? Yo, let me see what Twitter is saying, man. Let me shout out a few people out here on Twitter. What you guys saying, man? What you got? Yo, I know Porter Rod definitely not for this. I know my man Porter Rock is definitely not for that. Yo, shout out to my man Persona. I know he's gonna be at the Comic-Con thing down there in Chicago. I know Porter Rock already is like, yo, Porter Rock said, you better hate this shit. Hey, yo, what my man Iron Wolf is doing that. My man Iron Wolf is just buying Xbox games out the yin yang. Yo, Yannick Garcia, yes sir. Yo, my Twitter, I'm all about the cheeks too, man. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, what's it talking about? He said texting and driving dangerous, folks. I guess he saw like an accident. Yo, shout out to my man T-Man. Yeah, I told ya. Hey, yo, they not having it. Yo, the Almighty, they not having it out here, man. T-Man said no. Let me see what Porter Rock say. Yo, streaming fanboys hyping 8K 120 frames a second with fully destructible worlds. Yet, when they launched Netflix, they seen this. Yeah. They seen that buffering. Hey, yo, I'm a retweet. I don't really agree with the statement, but I'm a retweet. That's funny. That's my man P Rock, man. Yo, obviously what BG said, yo, what Google is doing with Stadia is not new or groundbreaking. They're just trying to do it better, but it's still way too early. Yeah, I agree with that right there. This is nothing new that they're doing here. They have a lot of stuff that PS Now actually does. And yeah, a lot of people, shout out to Push Square for having this article. We was talking about this article earlier today. I'm gonna retweet this. But this article is the truth right here. This is the truth. Sony is already delivering cloud gaming. Why is no one talking about it? You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about xCloud and Google Stadia, but this service has been up 5 years doing what they have been doing. You know what I mean? But making it more secluded to PSN users. That's why people's not really talking about it, because it's a more secluded service where there's benefit of you owning the PlayStation console, where if you do sign up for the service, you can download PS Now games. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see some more Google stuff. Okay, shout out to my man Jack Move. Getting that S rank on assisted. What's assisted? That's the easy mode. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think you gotta get S ranks on all of them, right? All right. I think Sick is gonna do a stream soon. All right. Red Dragon, Red Dragon, this guy was an X-bot. You know, Digital Foundry has enhanced on test latency with Stadia, accounting for Wi-Fi plus display lag. Stadia had the same amount of latency that is found playing Xbox One X locally. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Project Stream. But where's PS Now on this? Why is PS Now not on here? You know what I mean? But that's not bad at all. What do you say? Yo, why press X on one time to climb when you can press it 3 times? Oh, what, this is a clip? Hold up, let me see what's going on here. Oh man, the response wasn't there. That happens sometimes. The response is not. Yo, my man got up there quick, right? He unplugged that motherfucker quick. Yo, matter of fact, let's see if he's really playing that. Yeah, I say he playing it, but yeah, the response didn't hit right there. So yeah, basically what you've seen in this video, my man is clicking the X button to jump up on this ledge like 3 times. On the 3rd time, it actually registered. Let's be honest, Stadia was chosen to pay homage to Satya Nadella before they put the death blow to xCloud. Hey, that's my man Nick. Yo, what you gotta say? Yo, shout out to my man Nick, man. Starting this new channel, doing his reactions and stuff. That's what his girl or his wife, they're doing good things out here, man. Good things out here. All right, CJ Truth, I see you. Where's the xCloud stuff? I mean all right, Kingdom Hearts. I like anything Kingdom Hearts. Just don't put your game on Stadia. Thank you. All right, look at my man Eddie, man. My man Eddie with the long shape up. I see you out here, Eddie. I see you out here, man. My man Eddie look like one of the Martin characters. What's my man? Hey, yo, shout out to Bland. Yo, my man Blandrew finally beat a game. Yo, shout out to Blandrew, man. Fine, yeah, I agree with this. Five Guys is definitely better than Shake Shack. I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh, this is my homie, Just Misty. She's a girl that just posts all emotes in your chats. She's cool though. I mean, people ain't really talking about no Stadia like that, man. It's trending for me. But I'm in there like swimming. That's my man Court. Yeah, I know Court with it. Court definitely with it. Let me see what Stadia is saying here, trending. Hey, look at my man Porter Rock out here. Hey. Well, he said people hyped about game streaming with Stadia at native 4K 60 frames per second. The same people who had to watch the Google stream at 720p is still buffering. Yo, Unicorn Carrots, what's good, man? Saint Dragon, what's good, man? Hey, yo, my man P-Rock killing it out here, man. Oh, man, they out here. They out here. X 3 times. Damn, man. We read that tweet already. Yo, how CEO of Google introduced a new game platform. It begins featuring. I'm actually not a big gamer. Well, then. Stadia does what Nintendo don't. Yo. Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, Google does not make an impact today, in my opinion. This doesn't change anything us gamers do our decision for the next few years of gaming. We still gonna be on PC, PS4, Xbox, Stadia. Yo, BG definitely has an agenda here. BG has an agenda he's trying to push here, but I'm gonna still retweet it just to see what people is gonna respond with. But this is an agenda based tweet. This is a gaming politician tweet right here. BG got a case of gaming politics here. You know what I mean? Because he's not really speaking for himself. To us gamers, right? We still have gaming politics 101 right there. You know what I mean? But that's my guy. Yo, this is who I was looking for. Yo, Stadia is in a great position to overtake the 4th place Xbox. Power is everything, remember? Hey, yo. Hunt the truth. Yo, gaming went mainstream, and now these companies out here trying to knock all the Sonic rings out of pockets. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know how every conference they started like, yo, gaming is like the number one source of media right now, revenue making source of media right now. They always state something like that as far as like, revenue that gaming is intaking. Google Stadia promise. So this is how it's working here. Gamer, console, ISP, transit, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Shows off how many teraflops. Yo, Damon Hatfield, he still does IGN news. Jeez Louise. That's my guy though. Yeah. This is Digital Foundry. Can this video be shown here?
Hey everyone, well, we're off the blocks with a look at what is our first viable candidate for a true next-gen gaming platform. And it's not a console. In fact, with one small exception, there's no actual
Court, what's good, man?
Side hardware at all.
Now we almost done with the stream. We almost done with the stream.
Smartphone or tablet, you can play it. In fact, pretty much anything that decodes video will run this platform. It's from Google. It's called Stadia, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how it has the potential to change everything. And the funny thing is, it's not really the traditional specs that really make this possible. But more on that in a bit. So what's the deal then? Well, essentially, Stadia is a gaming layer that sits on top of YouTube. The Google video system remains the world's biggest platform for watching games, but the firm kind of wants to merge both watching and playing communities. Click a button to jump into the game you're watching, use YouTube live streaming or share links across the web, Facebook, WhatsApp or email to set up a multiplayer.
I definitely see like a drop of quality a little bit here as far as like graphical quality. It looks good, but I definitely seen this game like
a lot more
much better looking.
Software updates, no patches, no game installs. Everything is instant. The way that gaming
I don't really care about your opinion.
Is much more. Yes,
where is the testing at?
Specification for client hardware, but it's also based around the concept of what Google calls elastic compute. More about that in a sec, but for the time being,
Doom. This game is the whore of the gaming community.
We'll start with the CPU, one of the defining limitations of current gen systems. Google isn't saying who is providing their CPU for Stadia, but let's
this man teeth is yellowish.
Pretty easy to figure out that AMD just anything quite like the configuration seen here. We're looking at
might want to put a little crest to that teeth, bro.
Clocked at 2.7 gigahertz, which is great, and we've also been told that it's many core in nature and does utilize.
Where's the testing at, man?
AVX2 instructions are supported.
I'll watch this later. I ain't trying to bore y'all with this whole damn video. And I get striked by what you call it, Digital Foundry.
Speed. And as you see here, this is how Stadia running Assassin's Creed Odyssey compares to the Xbox One X version in terms of loading times. And you can see
oh damn, yo!
But perhaps more exciting is the fact that according to Google, every cloud instance has access to petabytes of SSD storage. So in theory,
petabytes. That's like unlimited data.
Constrained by the 50 or 100 gig limits of Blu-ray media. A petabyte is 1,024 terabytes.
God damn. So you imagine how big games are going to be. You know, a lot of people.
Well, Google's talking.
You know how a lot of games, it's like 50 like gigabytes and all that stuff taking up your memory on your console. And even with that being said, they're like scaling the game, you know, down so it can fit on your console. They're talking about, yo, they're going to have petabytes of data for the developers, so they're not limited as far as how big their game are going to be. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yo, you say it's all true, Bar. Yo, that is crazy right there, man. So yo, if the cloud, yo, imagine next gen as far as the consoles, how it's going to be. Like, what's the space is going to be, like the storage. I wonder what's it gonna be. We can't have no more 1 terabyte consoles. You know what I mean? Yo, you're gonna have to up it to like 4 or 5 terabytes. You know, a console now, man. Real talk. It's nothing to really like scale, like compress the game for these developers, but that's still cool that they can just have the raw game that's running there. Pretty cool, and the load time is much better.
About what I think is stacking that client hardware, expanding CPU and GPU power according to the needs of the developer. And apparently there's a demo they have showing 3 GPUs running in concert. The aim is not to limit the scope of games by hardware limitations, but there must be some way that all of that client hardware interfaces. So I'm going to be really interested to see how game makers can utilize that. Google tells me that this elastic compute is available both to like dedicated servers in the cloud that might require a ton of resources.
Let's talk about this controller.
Very much like an Xbox One controller. Even the plastics feel kind of similar to the Xbox
yeah, this looks like an Xbox
One. There are two extra
One
buttons
controller.
here. One for addressing the system via Google Assistant, and yes, the pad obviously has a microphone, and another for sharing. There's a USB-C, so you can use the pad with a computer if you want. But
Okay,
one of the reasons Google has made it is because Living Room Play is achieved using Chromecast connected to your HD TV. And that has no controller input capabilities.
Look at that.
A quick word on system performance, because I did have the chance to go
so when you're using Chromecast, right? When you're not on a PC, when you're in the living room that most people are playing their games, that's where the Wi-Fi is coming into the play as far as the controller. You know what I mean? That's kind of crazy. Yo, Cordy, the controller looks pretty comfortable to me. The shoulder buttons we'll definitely have to see on that aspect, but it looks pretty cool.
Recent version of Google Streamer. Yes, we've already looked at Project Stream, the beta, back at the tail end of last year. And once again, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the game being demonstrated, meaning that although I'd rather see something new, we can at least compare. Google is promising 4K HDR streaming for those with super meaty connections. But
that's one thing I wanted to bring up. That is one thing that PlayStation definitely has to do when it comes to like streaming the PS4 games that do have those, you know, features with it, like HDR. They got to step up their game there with the streaming, right? So I'm expecting something from PlayStation where they're introducing PS Now once again that have those improvements, like you know, HDR in there, and you can actually, you know, get a much better quality with some of the games that's out there. Like the PS4 games, it looks good, you know, 1080p, you know, 60 frames per second. But you know, playing Resogun, I didn't have that HDR, you know, pro enhancement there. You know, I would definitely love to see that stuff there when you're streaming, especially, you know, people got HDR monitors and all that stuff on their PC. So we need PlayStation to step that up.
Running with a 1080p video stream on this test, and just like Project Stream, performance is still 30 frames per second, not the 60 frames that would reduce lag by around 33 milliseconds.
Oh, so this is running at 30 frames.
60 on this game would be well within reach of the Stadia spec based on the PC version. Image quality seems to be slightly better than the Stream beta, but mostly around the same, which is to say not pristine by any stretch, but not bad. I actually found the sweet spot for image quality when I played on my MacBook Pro 13. The smaller the screen, the smaller the artifacts. And I also played on a smartphone, the issue there being that the UI is rather tiny and difficult to follow. For latency testing, I used a 240 FPS high-speed camera pointed at a Google Pixelbook. Now, we count the frames between button press and action on screen, and then stack it up.
Hey, yo, my man is counting frames. Like, yo, this is a gaming nerd.
Results from the stream period. Now, the thing is, this Pixelbook is using Wi-Fi to connect.
Oh, but he's counting the
internet, which incurs extra lag versus the LAN connection we used for stream testing. And with the Pixelbook, we don't know its display latency either, which adds another unknown variable. Okay, so look, this was on a Google internet connection, so not control conditions. So bear that in mind. And in prior stream lag analysis, we used a 200 megabits per second hookup. Regardless, this new Stadia
at the end of the day, you're not really recognizing stuff like this.
Is 13 milliseconds faster than our prior result from Project Stream. If we factor display lag back into our old measurements, 21 milliseconds on an LG C8. Well,
that's pretty much why you wanted to hear here. But yeah, this service is going to be impressive, man. It's very impressive. I'm liking some of the stuff that I'm hearing. The only thing I don't really like is that this is their main delivery to gaming, streaming. That's the only thing I don't like. I'm all for streaming. I know it sounds a little bit hypocritical. Like, I'm all for the streaming aspects, but like an option. I'm definitely would like it as an option. This would be cool if Google actually came into the console, you know, hardware, but they also had this option for those people that, you know, did buy into their platform. You know what I mean? But, you know, Google does, I think Google can touch a lot of people with this stuff, but as far as gamers, I don't think they're gonna touch too much gamers, because that bad stigma is still in gamers' minds, with, you know, not owning their games, DRM, you know, lag. For some strange reason, everybody can stream in such great quality, but they can't, you know, they can't stream a game. They're gonna have an issue with the game stream. Yo, Dre, what's good? Yo, Stadia is the future. I'm with it, except that controller. I'm 50-50 with it, man, because as far as like the storage and all that stuff, I think that would definitely help developers out. Like, it does help developers out, but I'm still more of like I want a console. I don't want no fucking you know, Chromecast. And then you got to hook your controller up Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? What if I'm sitting in my living room and I want to play Call of Duty? I got to play the controller Wi-Fi. Not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's bad at all, because we do play Bluetooth. But most of the times when I'm playing a game that's like COD or a fighter, that jump plugged up into my console. You know what I mean? But if I'm playing more of a casual experience, I would do, you know, the Bluetooth and all that. You know what I mean? But most of the time my controller is plugged in. You know, but we'll definitely see, man. We'll definitely see and how this is going here. Who the hell is this? She a baddie? Who the hell? This is probably one of them. Is this a bot? Let's see. Yeah, see what's going on over here, man. Look at it. Who this? Who is this? This is one of them bots that follow me on Twitter, man. Yeah, the bots got me out here, man. Now they're trying to hit my DMs up. They're trying to hit my DMs up. I ain't looking at it, man. I ain't looking. Hey, look, my man Eddie, man, out here, man. Shout out to my man Eddie. I ain't mean to blow you up right there. But shout out to you. Just use your damn PC. Yeah, I get that, but I still would like them to get into the console game business. Like I said, the streaming is good, but I just don't want to play that way 100%. I still want to download the game and play. I'm all for it. I'm all for the streaming, but I want to download my game. And I want to, you know, I want to, you know, play my game natively on the console or on the PC. That's what basically I'm saying. Yo, my man, look at my man Super Bros, always posting up some food, man. Yo, posting up some food, man. If I ever see Super Bros, man, I'm slapping out. Yo, my man Baron does videos. Let me retweet my man Baron, man. PlayStation hater. Retweet my man Baron. Damn PlayStation hater. But I'm gonna show love out here. Show love out here. You know what I mean? I ain't even know Baron did videos. But yo, anyway, man, that's pretty much it. But yeah, you have stuff like PS Now. You have stuff like PS Now, guys, that you know, that does the whole cloud thing right now. But people are gonna ignore it. People is gonna fail to acknowledge it. People are gonna fail to talk about it. But it's actually doing something that, you know, xCloud and you know, Stadia is doing currently, as we have this interface load up. Screen it here. But yeah, PS Now. Imagine if Google Stadia was like this right here, over 700 and something games on it. And I mean, like, how PlayStation is doing it, this is perfect how PlayStation doing it. I just wish PlayStation quality of doing it is better, right? Let's look at a PS4 game for a second. I don't have, no, you know, I can't, but look, I don't have my controller right next to me. Well, the USB, I don't have the cable plugged in next to me. I don't even want to do all that work. But the quality of the PlayStation games, I feel like, especially the PS4 games, because they got games like Resogun on here, Until Dawn is on here. Like, I would definitely love to see these games, you know, in a much higher quality, as far as like HDR. You know, you can do it in 1080p, 60 frames per second. For those people that don't know, can't do that with PS Now, but Look at. They got my account and all that stuff, man. You know, man. We out here, man. We out here. Oh, I didn't want to start that. It is what it is. It is what. Look at this. Look at this old ass video. See, stuff like that need to update. Need to update that. But anyways, guys, definitely appreciate y'all coming through. You know, my thoughts on Stadia. I think it's a great service. I think it's going to be a good service, but I just don't want it to be the main cusp of gaming. I want it to be an option. You know what I mean? I'm still an old head. You know, like you know some of the people that you saw on Twitter there. But I am for streaming games. I am for it. I think it's a cool option to stream games. But we definitely got to see the pricing with Google Stadia. We can't get too excited yet about it. We have to see the pricing. I think it's going to be something similar to like PS Now. At the first year, it's going to be something very, very similar to like PS Now. And I think later on, the price will increase, because for you to be streaming 4K 60 frames per second or 8K, you know, you're definitely going to have them servers working overtime, and it does cost to maintain those stuff. Not cheap. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoy your day. Boy Jay Barry, I might, as I said, I'm going to be doing another stream. I know I didn't do Hades yet, but I will do another stream. You know, I'm pretty much just off today, and you know, we out here streaming, man. So today's a busy day for YouTube for me, but I'll see you guys in a little bit, man. It's your boy Jay Barry, and I'm gone. Deuces.